you for watching college basketball on Big Ten Plus. Krisa spot up three, no good. Stripped away on the offensive rebound by Elliott Cadeau. Burnett working out of a double team, kicks it out to Cadeau, extra pass, top of the key, Lendeberg knocks it down. 52-37, Cincinnati leads.
If you're the Wolverines, that's exactly what you're looking for coming out of the break.
A response on the other end from Mustafa Cham with the slam. Cham with 9 points now on the night. Lendeberg working on the pick and roll as a ball handler. Now kicks it out to Cheddar, who can't hit on the pop. Risa pushing the tempo. Now gets it back, takes a three and knocks it down.
First half, Wolverines shot 2 for 12 compared to Cincinnati's 7 for 18 from beyond the arc. Both teams already have one early in the second half, but I mean, Michigan just needs to get going offensively. Did not shoot the bell ball in this first half. Trying to do a little bit better in the second half.
Michigan just 2 for 12 in the first half from three-point range. Burnett looking for an option on the inbounds. Almost gets a 5-second before getting it off to Cadeau. Kicks it out to Burnett, left wing three, perfect.
And so already Wolverines matched their three-point total from that first half. 2 for 3 so far in this half.
Michigan will need to get stops on the defensive end. They want to inch their way back into this one. Foul called on Lendeborg. Will be inbounds on the baseline. Dusty May watches over the defensive setup. Harris inbounds. That one tipped away.
Again, as Jaden mentioned, Michigan not really necessarily looking for a win in this game, but just to try out different lineups, and especially, again, missing a Adai Mara, missing Rez Johnson Jr., just looking to see if they can still switch 1 to 5 the same way they did last year. Lendeberg and Cheddar are both kind of playing the two positions down low, and may not normally do so later this season.
Cham faced by good defense from Will Cheddar, misses that layup attempt. Lendeborg gets it back from Cadeau, now kicks it to the corner, Burnett in and out. Off the hand of Will Cheddar and rebounded by Sincere Harris. Cham with Lendeborg on him. Lendeborg strips it away. Burnett coming the other way, lays it off for Lendeborg. A blocking foul called. The bucket counts, and an opportunity for 3 points for the UAB transfer. Preseason, first team all Big Ten, showing why. A steal on one end, gets it back from Burnett, and the and one.
And as we mentioned, Lendeberg just a force on both ends of the court, able to get that steal, and already has a three-pointer now. Potential three-point opportunity on this and one, has 8 points to show for it so far.
As Jaden had mentioned earlier, had the opportunity to play in the NBA this season, go to the draft, but wanted to stick around in college, play for head coach Dusty May. There's certainly great stats to rattle off about him, but last year he was the second Division I player in history with 600 points, 400 rebounds, and 150 assists. The only other, Larry Bird. It's a pretty good list to join if you ask me.
No doubt.
Sincere Harris, a tray ball, no good. Trying to save it was McKinley. Instead, Michigan comes away. Lendeborg going the other way, goes up over three. Bearcats lays it up off the glass, draws the foul, and another and one.
that play just proves why Lendenberg was the #1 player in this season's transfer portal. Over 3 defenders, puts it really high off the glass, finds a way to knock it down for his 2nd straight and 1 opportunity.
This free throw, the chance to cut the lead to 11. True. And all of a sudden the crowd can feel Michigan back in this one. Harris with Cadeau on it. Gets a switch on to Cheddar. Inside, off the leg of McKinley, and going the other way. Michigan gets a much needed stop. It's a 9-0 run for the Wolverines.
Michigan forcing some errant passes here. 2 turnovers already in the 2nd half for Cincinnati. The steal from Lendenberg, and then this one here gives the opportunity for the Wolverines to bring it within single digits.
Lendenberg throws it away. Burnett wasn't paying attention. Abayev up top and knocked away by Lendenberg off the hands of Burnett, and it will stay with Cincinnati. A nice job by Axel Lendenberg to disrupt the alley-oop from Abayev to Miller.
I mean, that's a difficult position to be in, a 2-on-1 chance coming from both sides of the court. Lendenberg just shows off his vertical, able to get in between that pass.
Collision there off the ball. It's called against Amari Burnett. That's his 2nd. And in comes Trey McKinney. The applause of the crowd. They love seeing this 5-star Michigan native.
It's a very similar substitution they made at the beginning of the 1st half. Again, Dusty May using this as an opportunity to try and test out these different lineups, and so seeing that it works in the 1st half, trying to see if it'll do the same here in the 2nd half.
Up top for Miller, who finishes it down this time. Lendenberg not in position, that one over Burnett. And the run ends for the Wolverines, and another turnover. A travel by Lendenberg. That's turnover number 16. That alley-oop, Harris to Miller. Bearcats high flying in this exhibition contest.
Miller already 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Great stat line just 4 minutes into the 2nd half.
Here's Miller shaking inside, goes up over 2, draws the foul. Lendenberg got him on the arm. She called that one on McKinney. That's his third person. 2 free throws coming for Miller. He's 0 for 1 on the night from the line. Gets that one to go.
Baba Miller, one of 2 players on the Cincinnati team from Spain. Julia Rodriguez, the other player. Both of them played for the Spanish team in the 2023 FIBA U19 World Cup. Showing some chemistry coming in together, both of their first seasons with Cincinnati.
Knocks down both attempts. And extends the lead back to 15 for the Bearcats. Cadeau coming off the screen. Spots up for mid-range, blocked away.
As Cadeau finds himself at the line again, already 9 shots from the line.
Hits the first. Goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 61-48, a 13-point lead for Cincinnati. Keyshawn Tillery back in this one, the freshman, had an impressive first half. Draws the foul on the reach-in. That one will go against Roddy Gale Jr.
Gale has been very efficient from the floor so far tonight. 2 for 2, with 1 for 1 from 3. Both those makes kind of early early on, but he's someone that the Wolverines often relied on in clutch situations last year. Gets called for the foul.
Knocked away, another inbounds attempt. That time was an inbound stolen away by Gale, but a jump ball caused by McKinley. Possession arrow with Michigan. So it will still be Michigan ball, but looks like a little bit of a quick whistle that time. What do you think, Zach?
I don't know. I think in a game like this, it's been pretty physical. Been a lot of turnovers, a lot of loose balls that people are kind of diving around for, and I think they're just kind of playing it as they see.
Lendeborg trying to create space on McKinley. Spins inside, goes up off the glass. Counted it. Count it again. Yaxel Lendeborg, his third and one of the second half.
Just kind of taking this Michigan team and putting it on his back offensively. I mean, these last two and one plays from Lendeborg have been all him. Whether it be driving, that one he kind of backs down a defender and puts it high off the glass. Just very impressive plays and exactly what Michigan is looking for out of the #1 portal recruit.
Lendeborg a chance to increase his point total to 17, but more importantly for the Wolverines, cut the lead down to 10. And that he does. 15:25 to go in the second half. Cincinnati leads by 10, once led by 20. That one tipped away by Cadeau and stays with Cincinnati.
Last time Michigan had it within 10 was at the 4:43 mark in that first half. So trying to bring it back, 20-point swing. No point swing from then on.
Bayev drives inside, draws a foul. That one will go against Lendeborg, and Abayev will have 2 attempts from the line. Makes a crossover move inside there to create a driving lane. Freshman, really impressive today.
And I mean, going up against the veteran Lendeborg, we've talked about his defense all night. Takes him on that 1-and-1. Hits the crossover and just gets a good opportunity from the line.
Knocks down the first of 2. Bayev, obviously the highlight transfer, McDonald's All-American coming to Cincinnati. But if somehow you weren't a fan before tonight, sure you are now. Goes 1 for 2, however, in that trip. He's got 12 on the night. McKinney, he'll try a 3. No good. Day Thomas pushes the floor, drives in on Lendeborg, almost loses it, but maintains possession. Tillery. Thomas with Kaysen on it. Long range 3 from the logo, no good. Cadeau pushes the pace for the Wolverines. McKinney from 3, too strong. McKinney just can't find the mark from the 3-point line. 0 for 5 now tonight. Abayev, he'll take a 3 of his own, gets hit on the way down. That one will go against Elliot Cadeau, his 3rd, and 3 free throws coming up for Sean Abayev.
Both teams still pushing really quickly in transition. Especially on that one, they were able to swing kind of along the outside and catch Cadeau off guard. It's kind of a lazy foul there from Cadeau, sends Abayev to the line.
Abayev knocks down the first of 3.
Seems like in the second half, Michigan's gotten their offense going, and I think think a lot of that is credit to them not turning the ball over quite as much. They're moving the ball a little bit more efficiently. Problem is Cincinnati is still kind of creating chances for themselves, especially if Bayev getting to the line as he has.
Winters Grady checks in. Grady played at Prolific Prep in high school, same high school that veteran Damari Burnett attended. Kaysen takes it up the floor for the Wolverines. Hands it off to Burnett. Lindemore comes out to get it. McKinney spot up three, no good. Rebound, Lindemore puts it up and in. Lindemore really showcasing his talent in this second half. Down Lindenborg is Zeller. Goes up, no good. Off the hand of Zella, and it will go with Michigan. What differences are you seeing from this Wolverine team that's giving them some success here in this second half, cutting the lead down to 12 now?
Yeah, I think part of that, kind of as I mentioned before, was a little bit of the turnovers. They're just cutting down on those, and then Jackson Lindenberg is being exactly who we thought he was going to be. He's just showing up kind of all over the floor offensively.
On cue, a three, no good. Burnett with the effort to get the rebound all the way in the backcourt. Now McKinney drives in, kicks it out to Kaysen. Thought about a corner three. Lindenborg, scoop, score! 10-point game with 13 to go in the second half.
And that's just great passing again from the Wolverines. Looked a little chaotic at times, but still able to find that open man, especially Kaysen driving in on from the corner.
Tillery, floater, no good, but a foul. Will go against Lindenborg. That's his third of the night. Look. It's like he got him on the way down. Lindenborg turned around late, didn't realize Tillery was driving. Tillery 0 for 1 from the line so far tonight. Chance to improve on that here. And he does. It's the first of two.
We talked a lot about Abayev and him being able to make an impact early as a freshman, but Keyshawn Tillery kind of quietly has 5 points and 3 assists. So Cincinnati getting almost exactly what they want out of their 2 freshmen that both rank within the top 60 of this recruiting class.
Tillery ranked as high as the number 6 point guard in the nation as he knocks down both. Also a highly touted recruit. 28 scholarship offers, high-level Division I programs. Chose to come to Cincinnati. Roddy Gale drives inside, draws the foul. Bucket won't count, foul on the floor.
This one may not count. I mean, just a great effort to fight through 2 arms of contact, stay within 2 steps, and then get it up and in, but won't count the bucket.
Kaysen inbounds. Gale thought about the 3. Now his Chom on him and draws the foul going up from behind the 3-point line. Goes against Mustafa Chom, but it will be on the floor since Roddy Gale was passing out of the shot. But that's the 7th foul of the half already. So with 12:30 to go, Roddy Gale earns a 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus now.
And I think on that shot, I guess lack of shot, kind of didn't know if he would get away with the foul, and so he opted to pass. Ultimately ended up getting to the line with this 1-and-1 opportunity, but yeah, didn't commit to that shot. Still paid off one.
Roddy Gale knocks down the first. Struggled early on in his first season with the Wolverines last year. Quickly gained the praise of the fan base here in Ann Arbor, especially after a career-high performance in the second round of the tournament, leading Michigan to a Sweet 16 appearance with 26. Alley-oop up top to Chom. Tillery connects with him. 69-57, Cincinnati leads.
And for Gale, he started the first 21 games of the season, but due to some of his struggles, he fell out of the starting lineup to Reuben Jones.
Gale drives in, gets the foul and the basket.
Even through his struggles, though, last season, I mean, a play that we just saw, that's kind of what we came to expect from Roddy Gale. Whether he was on the floor as a starter or coming off the bench, he's able to create these really good opportunities by driving into the lane, and often defenses kind of had to crash onto him, and he'd be able to find players on the outside, and I think that's what made him so successful in that postseason run, was he was able to drive into those lanes, kick it out, find the open man, and even if they didn't double him, he'd punish them just like he did on this and one.
Roddy Gale, 12 points now, 3 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 from behind the arc, and 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Bayev driving in on the baseline. Gale on it. Gale hits the deck, no whistle. Bayev short on the mid-range jumper. Gale comes away with the rebound. Roddy Gale Jr. draws the foul on the other end. He'll have a 1-and-1. Not until after we go into the under 12. Michigan with a little bit of momentum. They've cut the lead to single digits with the 1-and-1 coming. 69-60. Gale knocks down the first of a 1-and-1. He earns one more opportunity. That's 6 for 6 now on the night from the line for Roddy Gale Jr. Make it 7 for 7. One more 7. It's a 7-point game. 69-62 Cincinnati. Michigan shooting very well from the line. 87.5% on the night. Corner 3, no good. Going for the rebound is Chom, fouled, trying to corral it by Will Cheddar. They'll call it a winner's Grady, excuse me. That's the team's 8th foul, so a 1-and-1 for Chom.
And that just kind of proves the dominance that Chom has down low, even though he's trying to box out winner's Grady, and then Will Cheddar comes in to help, draws the foul, gets the 1-and-1. I mean, last season, just a force, averaged 10.5 points per game, as well as 6.5 rebounds.
Chom knocks down his first free throw attempt of the night. Plays like that is where you think Michigan probably feeling the absence of a Mara, but they're confident he will be playing and active by the time the regular season rolls around. Chom knocks down both, extends the lead back to 9 for Cincinnati.
And this set with Cadeau not on the court, seeing LJ Kaysen take it up.
Gale, a 3-point attempt off the front iron, but off the foot of Abayev, and it will stay with the Wolverines.
And kind of as I was starting to mention, Kaysen, who's coming in now, this is kind of the look that Michigan was looking for this season when Cadeau isn't the main point guard for the Wolverines. LJ Kaysen will kind of take over those duties. Kaysen, one of those rotation players for Michigan this season. When Cadeau is on the court, he'll likely play kind of a 2 or 3 spot, depending on how the lineup works. So Kaysen showing off that versatility that he worked on in the offseason.
Cheddar, a 3. That one's perfect. Crowd on their feet in Chrysler. Michigan cuts it to 6. A spin move inside from Chom, and he gets to go over Cheddar. Kaysen pushes the tempo the other way. Cheddar trying to go back to back. He does! And he lets Chom know. And he'll get a technical for that.
And Cheddar just getting a little too excited on that second made 3. We'll have a conversation here, but I think he's also arguing that on the last play, Chom had something to say after that 3-pointer.
Seems like Cheddar was responding to what Chom had said to him on the bucket, as you said, Zach. Cheddar known to be an energetic guy, the leader emotionally of this Michigan basketball team. little bit overboard there, but Kurt Kriisa misses the first free throw, and it is loud in here, especially for an exhibition game. Knocks down the second of his technical free throws.
And Ethan, as you were saying about Cheddar too, he is the longest tenured player on this Wolverine roster playing for Michigan. And although he may not be a starter, he consistently brings the energy off the bench or on the bench. And maybe that time just a little bit too much energy.
Miller down low. Gale Jr. on. Thomas now outside. Working on McKinney. Step back three. Got it. What a move from Day Thomas. And he connects on the triple. Cincinnati leads by 9. 10 minutes to go, halfway through the second half. Kaysen driving inside, kicks it out to the corner. It's Grady. Good! 3-pointers flying now in Chrysler. It's 77-71.
That's one of the huge upsides to Winters Grady coming in for the Wolverines is his three-point shooting. Gets his first points in a Michigan jersey.
Cheddar called on a push, fighting for position with Miller down near the baseline. That's 2 free throws coming. Coach Dusty May doesn't love that call.
And I think what Dusty May doesn't love is it was the official kind of on the sideline towards the Cincinnati bench. May not have had the best vantage point. Wolverines fans also not in agreement with the call.
It's interesting. Dusty May said leading up to these exhibition contests that he actually doesn't mind losing in exhibition games. It shows flaws and weaknesses that you might not see in practice going against each other. But right now you can tell from Dusty May's enthusiasm that he wants to win this game.
Oh yeah, and that's just the competitor inside Dusty May. I mean, again, before last season in his first year, he said he wanted to win in the first year. And so whether or not this game counts as an exhibition, especially as Michigan kind of starts to mount this comeback a little bit, he's going to want to win. And, you know, he's still rotating in his players, testing things out, but knowing Dusty May, he wants to win this game.
Abayev pushed off on the, trying to go for an offensive rebound after the missed free throw, and Roddy Gale in turn gets 2 free throws on the other end. Misses the first. That's Roddy Gale's first miss from the stripe in 8 attempts.
Now, last season shot just below 80%, so a relatively consistent free throw shooter, almost 8 percentage points above the average for the Wolverines.
Gale knocks down the second, so both teams trade 1 for 2 trips, and it remains a 6-point game. 9:30 to go in the second half. Abayev with Grady on, freshman on freshman to the corner. Pump fake, now takes the 3. That one's good. Kurt Kriisa, the Kentucky transfer. Cadeau draws the foul on the other end. Quick possessions now. Cadeau will head to the line for 2 as we look at the upcoming schedule for the Wolverines. They'll play one more exhibition contest against the number 5 ranked St. John's before starting the regular season November 3rd against Oakland and Wake Forest in Detroit. They'll play at TCU and then back home in Chrysler against Middle Tennessee.
And assistant coach Kyle Church is responsible for scheduling these matchups for the Wolverines. And one thing Dusty wanted to emphasize within these exhibitions is that they want to play as good of competition as they can, kind of like you said, Ethan, to expose some of the weaknesses that they could have early on in the season before they play games that matter against power conference opponents like Wake Forest and TCU.
Risa, who hit a triple in the last possession, gives it to Harris. Harris gets a screen, drives inside and kicks out. Miller looking for Chom inside. And a walk. Cheddar and Chom having a little bit of a duel right now in this second half. Cheddar showing some emotion after the turnover by Chom.
I mean, it's fun to watch. Chom was one of the premier defensive players last season for UCF. Led the conference in blocks, 4th in the nation in blocks, and Cheddar also just a very energetic guy, so it's been a fun matchup to watch, and especially as they kind of switch on and off each other. It's just been entertaining.
Lendeboer going in on Miller. Kicks it out to Cadeau. Cadeau draws a foul, and he'll get 2 from the line.
I mean, both these teams are still playing really physical. It's evident just by the fact that both teams are in the double bonus and have been for a minute or two here.
Double bonus with 8:24 for both teams very early on. And they, as you mentioned, Zach, they've been in this position for a minute or two now. A lot of foul calls in this one as Cadeau knocks down the first. And this free throw coming up, Elliot Cadeau, his 15th attempt from the line tonight, and a chance for Michigan, trailing by 20 at one point, to cut it to 5, but no good. Risa coming the other way, a lob blocked away by Roddy Gale, and a whistle called on the loose ball. That one will go against Amari Burnett. That's his 3rd. Take a look at that defensive effort from Roddy Gale Jr.
I mean, he got way up there to get that ball. Unlucky that Michigan couldn't come away with the rebound, but that just proves the athleticism that Gale has both ends of the floor. We've seen a couple and ones, a couple of good blocks from him.
Jordi Rodriguez, the freshman from Barcelona, Spain. This is the first of 2 free throw attempts. These are his first 2 attempts of the night. This is both, but an offensive rebound and a slam from Tyler McKinley. Burnett pushing the other way. Looks like he had room for a 3, but didn't want it. Now he'll take a 3 off the front iron. Rebounded by McKinley. Knocked out of bounds by Lendeboer, but it will stay with Cincinnati. 7:59 remaining. That brings us to the under 8. Get a guy like Tyler McKinley back in the lineup.
I mean, especially just with only 3 returning players. McKinley was one of them that just didn't even play at all because of that injury, and so having a little bit of continuity with him, even though he didn't play, understands Cincinnati, understands Wes Miller, so his return is huge for the Bearcats.
Former #1 recruit in the state of Ohio. Class of 2024. Swing around the arc and a 3-point try, no good from Rodriguez. Lendeboer with the rebound. Cadeau to Burnett. Burnett drives baseline. Now looks for help. Cadeau to Grady, catch and shoot 3, knocks it down! And now Cincinnati only leads by 5. A 13-point advantage in the second half for the Wolverines. A deep range 3, no good from Krisa. Gale pushing the tempo, stolen away by Harris, and a foul on Burnett. Burnett's 4th. Take a look at the Cincinnati upcoming schedule. They have one more exhibition contest at Arkansas, the #14 team in the country. They'll kick off the regular season against Western Carolina and then Georgia State before playing Dayton and then Mount St. Mary's.
So just like Michigan kind of scheduling 2 power conference opponents, some pretty difficult opponents. Cincinnati doing the exact same thing, playing 2 road games to kick off the season. I mean, what better way to test a young and kind of inexperienced playing with each other lineup than to play against the number 7 team and then also against Arkansas.
Wilton Cheddar checks back in as Sincere Harris misses the first of 2 free throws, but as you mentioned, Cincinnati going on the road twice in their exhibition matches. Michigan, of course, playing this one at home, and then they'll travel to New York City to play in Madison Square Garden against the number 5 ranked St. John. So while not counting towards the record, just an exhibition preseason contest, must-see TV in the college basketball world. That one going the other way. Roddy Gale Jr. gets called on the charge. Jordy Rodriguez draws the foul. That's 4 on Roddy Gale Jr.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS.
Just picks up his
beats him around the court.
As well, and LJ Kaysen coming towards the scoring table. We'll have to assume that'll be for Roddy. Swing pass to Rodriguez, fadeaway corner 3, no good. Kicks back out to Harris, goes up for the layup, can't get it. A third attempt is good from Zella on the putback. Cincinnati leads by 8, just over 6 minutes to play here in the second half. Lendeborg. Now Cheddar, working on Zella. Now looks for help. Zella draped all over him. He'll call for a timeout instead of getting called for a 5-second. Behind Kaysen in the corner, but that pass fired over his head and a turnover by the Wolverines. Tillery takes it up for the Bearcats. Drives right, goes up, tipped away by Lendeborg. Tillery gets it back and stolen away by Cadeau. Lendeborg goes up, gets a foul, can't convert to the basket. Lendeborg will get 2 from the line.
Just a little too strong on that one. Came flying down the court. Cadeau hit him with a good pass, but couldn't quite slow down his momentum enough to find a way to put that one in the bottom of the net.
He's his 4th and 5th attempts from the free throw line. He's perfect so far. 21 points on the night. Make it 22. Foul was against Jordy Rodriguez. That was his 4th. He'll check out for Baba Miller. And Sean Abayev checks back in as well for Halvin Zella. Bring this game back to 6. Yes, sir. Lendeborg with 23. 6-point game. Tillery gets a screen, kicks it to Miller, straightaway 3, off the back iron, offensive rebound by Abayev. Tillery, extra pass, and Harris will circle back. Abayev inside to Miller, who pushed off Cadeau, and an offensive foul.
Miller looking to take advantage of that mismatch. His hand ultimately just goes a little bit high.
That's 5 on Miller. And he'll have to take a seat. Mustafa Cham will check in for him. Miller, a great night, but cut short.
Some great stats from him, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Cadeau almost loses it, but gets it back with a second effort and finds Kaysen somehow, who drives in, puts it high up on the glass, and finishes, loses his shoe in the process. 4-point game and a turnover while Kaysen is putting his shoe back on. He's laughing. He's finally got both of his shoes on his feet. And Michigan trails only by 4 and has possession.
It's a great sequence from Kaysen there. I mean, an incredible finish on that shot. Able to pick up his shoe, run back, get back in position on defense. And I mean, if that ball didn't go out of bounds, his shoe might have gone out of bounds instead, just so he could keep playing.
Lendeborg drives in, kicks it out. Grady a 3. No good. Rebound, Lendeborg puts it up and in. 2-point game. Crowd loving the effort and the comeback from the Wolverines. A foul on Kaysen and 2 free throws coming up with 4:16 to play. From down 20 to down 2.
I mean, one of the biggest differences within these two halves, Lendeborg had 5 in the first half, 20 in the second half already. His impact on offense has been just incredible for the Wolverines and really kind of pioneered this comeback. Gale with 8 this half, Cheddar and Grady both with 6 as well. Michigan just getting things done from beyond the arc and with Lendeborg.
Risa knocks down both free throws and extends the lead back to 4. Joe will walk it up the floor. Nearing the 4-minute mark. Cadeau drives in, kicks it out. Lendeborg a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Cheddar almost comes down with it and a foul called on Cincinnati.
I think one of the main differences between the first and second half has been Michigan has been a little bit more intentional with a lot of these substitutions, playing a lot of different guys in the first half, really only seeing about 8 players deep in the second half.
Cheddar knocks down the first. What a play by Cheddar there on the offensive rebound to try and go up and over 3 Cincinnati Bearcats. Draws the foul in the process, knocks down both free throws, and it's 88-86. Roddy Gale and Amari Burnett both check back in, both playing with 4 fouls. But with only 4 minutes left in such a tight game, Dusty May willing to take that risk. Rene Thomas will take it. Now Abayev. Back to Thomas. Gets a screen. Kicks it to Harris, who drives in, goes up for the layup, knocks it down. Basketball, and he transfers to step up quickly, and that they're doing on cue. Lendeborg drives in, scoops it, and scores, and cuts the lead back to 2, 90-88. 3:20 to go in this one. Backdoor cut by Harris, reverse layup over Lendeborg is good.
Looks like Lendeborg is kind of fighting through a little bit of pain here. Kind of reaching down towards his leg.
Not what you want to see in a preseason exhibition with your #1 transfer in the class. He seems to be trying to walk it off. In the meantime, a foul called on Cincinnati, and Ronnie Gale Jr. will shoot 2 important free throws at the line. First one off the rim and no good. Gale's second miss, 10 attempts tonight. 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Knocks down the second and cuts the lead to 3. Subbed off for LJ Kaysen, getting checked out behind the Michigan bench. Thomas kicks it to Harris. Harris drives in on Gale with 4 fouls. Puts one up. Air ball, rebounded by the Wolverines. Cadeau in transition to Gale. Thought about a 3. Instead finds Cheddar down low. Gale now will take the 3. No good. Rebounded by Day Thomas. Cincinnati gets across midcourt quickly.
Cincinnati kind of trying to settle in.
A 3-pointer is good. Day Thomas. And what a shot that is to extend the lead to 6. Under 2 to go. And Dusty May will take a timeout. No gets it back. Gets a screen and gets doubled. And the kick called on McKinley. Stay with the Wolverines, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Good heads-up play from Cadeau, just trying to fit it through that really tight pocket. Gets the kick ball. New 20 seconds here for the Wolverines.
Gale gets it to Lendable, thinks about a 3, instead passes it up. Driving in, a spin and a layup with the right hand, Roddy Gale Jr. 95-91, a minute 30 to go. Big defensive possession for Michigan. Harris drives in on Cheddar, falling to the floor, kicks it out. A 3-pointer is true from Grisa.
That's a huge 3-pointer for the Bearcats. 4 for 9 from deep is Grisa today. Comes up in a big moment.
Burnett to Lendable. Back to Burnett, an answer attempt, blocked away by Day Thomas. And a quick steal the other way, fighting for it on the floor. And Sincere Harris touched it while his foot was out of bounds. It will be Michigan basketball, 55 seconds to go, and a 7-point lead for Cincinnati.
As you can see, just barely, I mean, they're fighting for that ball. Just unlucky from Harris, barely out of bounds right there, but if you're the Wolverines, you gotta have a little bit of urgency here. Gale had a really nice drive a couple possessions ago.
Towards Cincinnati, so what a huge swing that would be, because it looked like Michigan, regardless of the out-of-bounds call or not, was going to come away with the basketball. But instead, it will remain Michigan ball. So call on the floor stands. Axel Lendable will inbound for the Wolverines, who need a quick bucket here. Not a lot of time left, trailing by 3 possessions. Gets it into Cheddar. Now Burnett. Back to Cheddar, a 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Lendable, who loses it. Diving on the floor for it is Gale. A jump ball. And it's Cincinnati basketball with the possession arrow pointing the Bearcats' way.
It's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, Gale's fighting for this. Doesn't have a time to call a timeout as he gets tied up pretty much right away. It's how to go the Bearcats' way.
Gale on the floor and Dusty May were looking to call timeout, but officials said they can't call the timeout if they aren't sure who's going to come away with possession. They've gotten away with a little push there on the inbounds, but a timeout called by Cincinnati.
Again, this game is proving to be incredibly physical. I mean, we talked about it with 8.5.
Grisa will inbound. Gets it into Abaya. Gets trapped in the corner. A tie-up And a jump ball call. It'll be Michigan basketball. They forced the turnover. Use the possession arrow to their advantage. 40.9 remaining. A 7-point lead for Cincinnati. A tall mountain climb for Michigan. Magdeburg gets it. Drives inside right. Goes up for the layup. Can't convert. But gets the foul. And clearly walking gingerly on that ankle.
Yeah, and if you're Dusty May, I think you got to weigh the pros and cons here of keeping him in this exhibition game for supposedly not mattering. I mean, it might be a little risky to keep him in, but ultimately a good play from Lundeberg to get to the line.
Dusty not bringing anyone in the scorer's table right now to take Yaxel out after these free throws. Seems to think that his star transfer is just fine. He knocks down both. 5-point game. 30 seconds remaining now and a foul called. Cheddar maybe thought that he got some ball. That's his third, and it'll be 2 free throws for Cincinnati, and it's about time where this one turns into a free throw contest.
And I mean, as we've been watching this game here, we've mentioned how both teams kind of not really caring if they win or lose, using this as an opportunity to grow, but I mean, both teams still fighting to the very, very end, competitive spirits on both ends.
Day Thomas knocks down both and extends the lead back to 7. 100-93. Lendeborg drives in, a block called on Krisa, and 2 free throws coming for Yaxel Lendeborg. High scoring contest tonight. That has to do with kind of fouls called, and both teams being in the bonus so early in both halves.
Both teams are pushing so quickly in transition, and you also have lots of stoppages for players to score on the line. Naturally, you're going to have a pretty high-scoring battle here between these two teams, and Michigan's still 7 points away, but we're down 20 at one point, able to bring it all the way back. Still very impressive. It's a 2-point game at multiple stages in the second half.
Lendeborg knocks down the first of 2. That puts him at 30 on the night. Now he'll take a seat for Trey McKinney. 31 points for Yaxel Lendeborg. Safe to say, pretty talented player residing in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Krisa trying to work his way out of traffic, finds Thomas, who crosses midcourt in time. Clock still ticking. Michigan looking to foul, and finally does. It's Elliot Cadeau who picks it up. 14.6 to play. Zach, exhibition contest here. Some people at home might be wondering, why foul here? Why try and come back, put in all this effort, take the extra time to play this free throw game?
Win this game, whether it means anything or not. So, you know, that last play, I don't know that Cadeau was necessarily meaning to pick up his final foul, but just trying to force a turnover or get anything to go their way. So, like for Michigan, this still proves it's a good opportunity to, you know, get some practice, especially in a late game scenario when it's a close game.
First free throw, no good from Day Thomas. But I completely agree with you. Every situation is important, and this is a common situation in college basketball. You need to play that foul game when you're trailing late in the contest. Both free throws no good, and that's why you do it. 10 seconds to play. Michigan needs to go quickly. Cheddar Puts up a three. Got it! 4.3 remaining. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game again. 100-98. Timeout Cincinnati. And this one's not over yet.
I mean, we were just up.
However, there's enough time with the 2-point game to go and attack the rim and try and pick up a foul. Comes the inbound from Rodriguez. Gets it into Abayev. Dodges a foul, lifts it up in the air back towards Rodriguez, and that'll do it. Michigan can't get a foul off in time. The clock hits zeros, and Cincinnati